Right, here we are back again. So now we will introduce you in a little bit more detail the different schools of thought around open science. So it is important to realize that in the democratic school, knowledge that is being created by public funding should be available to everyone, and it goes beyond the walls of the academic system. Also, stakeholders, patient groups, anybody in society should profit maximally from uh, publicly funded created knowledge. So, what does it actually entail? Research should be openly available, and that means that all types of products. So it is the written outcomes as we know them now, like publications, but also the reports, uh, conference proceedings, papers, books, and chapters in books, but also the data that we collectively produce should be available. Everything that is produced in the academic landscape should be openly available to anybody who is interested, and that should be without any paywalls. We just had at the end of our breakout session, we had a short discussion about that particular element. So it should be completely free of any financial barriers, and it should also be without any other restrictions. What's actually created by public funding is then leading to public results, and that means that anything that is coming from the academic world should be available to society and also be maximally made maximally useful to society. So the aim in the democratic school is to democratize science as much as possible, and that's also with respect to creating all kind of equal opportunities for everybody using that information without any limitation there as well. So if we talk about the path without open access, in the Netherlands we see that open access is organized in different ways. We have a national mandate that says that gold open access is a standard, but next to that, parallel to that, the university system and the academy and the NWO has taken an initiative to help the science system make the transfer. So to organize for flipping of the system whereby openness and gold open access becomes the standard. In these deals, these transformative agreements made by the Dutch system, and other countries also have similar agreements with the publishing industry, we have access to publish in those journals in under different conditions. So in toll access journals, we can then still have open access publications. However, it might be that access can be limited by interests within the university system, and even lead to unevenness due to available resources. You can imagine that some scholarly domains where financial constraints are less strict than in others. For example, think about biomedicine and perhaps other domains compared to social sciences and the humanities, where financial constraints are often more severe than they are in those other domains. That might lead to making different choices when it comes to publishing open access with respect to the available sum of money for paying for open access. And also these national deals may address a certain limitation and uneven access, but it can also create additional problems. Again, not everybody might profit as much as possible from these transformative agreements, or big deals as they used to be called, because it does still not mean that scholars from other parts of the world, for example, in the low and middle income countries, do have similar access as people in the rich countries in Northwestern Europe. And then keep in mind that there is much more than only open access. So here we talk about open data, which means that we have to, as much as possible, open up the data for usage by other stakeholders within society and only academics, but also, of course, also for other academics, because it might mean that creating that openness, that we create an increasing synergy between people using data from other people. It also means open code. With open code, we mean the direct computer language that's useful to be better able to understand and also insight in the way we create knowledge. So it creates a starting point for, again, new research and also synergetic initiatives within the scholarly system using each other's data and code. And when we talk about open software, it is that science can also use tools immediately. So there is a difference between code and software. Code is actually the computer language necessary to understand the data, but the tools that can be software can be tools that can be immediately used, whereby people are not hindered by thinking about potential solutions, but making use of other people's solutions already developed for a similar like problem. So here on this slide, we list, and we do that per school, we list the different initiatives that are already undertaken by the two agencies. So on the left-hand side, you see the initiatives that are already employed by NWO. On the right-hand side, you see the initiatives employed by RCN. We will list these in the platform, so you can go there and have a look, and you can also make comparisons. So you see that both agencies have already implemented open access policies, with NWO already taking on board books, while RCN is in the process of also including books. And I'll leave this for now and go to the next school.